here is the day 1 of my Hong Kong trip. I started my day very early, 4 a.m. Woke up at 4:40. I was out of my home. I went to the Narita airport from my home. The flight was HX607 from Hong Kong Airlines at 9:30 a.m. But the flight was running 1 hour late. I landed in Hong Kong around 3:30 p.m. local time. As soon as you go out, there are wonderful buses, very comfortable buses to take you to the downtown Hong Kong, which is near Nathan Road on the Kowloon Island. While you do take the bus A21, which takes you to doorstep of Nathan Road, there are wonderful bridges and wonderful roads which will come. The track which you see just now on the left is the train which you can take from airport, which is little costlier than the bus. The bus ride took through very scenic route. The bridge on your left was the bridge which you could take to Macau. Check out our entire video from airport to the Nathan Road. I am just going through very fast here because this is the route which we have captured in another video. As you can see, high rises on the Hong Kong side would start coming as soon as you come near to the Kowloon Island. Now this is the very famous road. Wonderful roads like Kimberley, Cameron, Middle, and then Nathan Road would come. The actual cost was $34.6 Hong Kong. Hi folks, welcome back to TheArcTurn. Today it's our second day in Hong Kong, and as you can see, it's little rainy today, a little dull start to the day, but I am at the Victoria Harbour, and there are absolutely no one except couple of joggers who I came across. The time currently is around 7 a.m. in the morning, and as you can see, I'm struggling to keep up my umbrella, and the weather is becoming very monsoony, very beautiful in fact. Hope you like the entire tour which we are compiling for you all. The day 2 of my Hong Kong trip starts very early, 5:30 a.m. local time. I wake up and then I take my breakfast. By 6:30 a.m. I am outside my hotel room. While you get out from the airport, make sure that you get an MTR octopus card, which would be very helpful. I started from Tsim Sha Tsui Star Ferry and I ended up at Wan Chai Pier, which is in the Hong Kong Central, to visit something called Golden Bauhinia Square. Every day at this particular place there is a flag hoisting ceremony which happens, and Chinese flag is hoisted every morning. I think it stops at 8:30 a.m. so make sure that you go through that before that time. The Star Ferry is amazing, very well connected, and this is that lotus place. Star Ferry allows you to do a frequent trip between Kowloon to Hong Kong Central, around 15 to 20 minute frequency, and then these are very affordable way to commute between Kowloon to Central. Then I went to the Peak Tram. I walked actually, in fact, from Central to the Peak Tram, and you can check out our entire video where we have captured this entire tour from the bottom of the peak to the peak, and what an amazing view you would experience at the Victoria Peak. I stayed there for around couple of hours, and then this entire journey you can either take it two-way or one-way. I took one way because I wanted to explore the trail while coming back from top to bottom, and it's an outstanding skyline view of Hong Kong from the top. You can actually literally feel cloud going through that place, and you can actually touch clouds. Seemingly I had a wonderful coffee here, coffee break. This is a Star Ferry, so while coming back I took a walking route, and then later I went to the Symphony of Light. Day 3 of my Hong Kong trip starts with relatively early, 9:30 a.m. I am outside my hotel room. I went to Star Ferry for walk of around 10 minutes, and then the highlight of the day was visiting Lamma Island and the trail therein. The whole journey from Hong Kong Central to Lamma Island took around 45 minutes. There are a couple of gates actually on the pier 4 to 7 on the Hong Kong Central side of the island, where the ferry would then take you to the Lamma Island. and those two gates are one for the north side, which is Yung Shu Wan, and other one is south, Sok Hook Wan. The northern part ferry, you have more frequencies. The cost is around 27.5 Hong Kong dollars on weekdays. On weekends, you need to pay more to reach. Remember, this is only one way. So the entire trip, this ferry goes through wonderful water locations where you can see buildings like these structures, solid structures, where people are actually living on these remote islands. And once in a while you will see logistic boats taking all the necessity, all the parcels, for example daily parcels would be flown through this, would be taken through this ferry themselves. And this is the island, Lamma Island. We have already reached. It took around 45 minutes and it was very majestic in a way. And then after reaching there, I took a little while, let all other passengers deboard. I was taking my sweet little time, and then I went to there were a couple of trails. I took the 10 years one, circular one, which usually takes 2 to 3 hours. I started 11, but I was in no rush. I took sweet little time between 11 to 15. The trail was from Muta Tuan to Shrek Pai Tan, and pretty amazing trail it was. You would see smaller villages like these. And every beach or village had a history written there, so that was very amazing to read about. And because I took the 10 years route, I had only encountered 3 or 4 other people, tourists who were doing the trail. They were coming from the opposite side, so I would say that this was very soulless experience for me. I was as if the only islander in this entire smaller island called Lamma Island. Every place I had gone to, it was only usually me and some local people, and all the other restaurants and other things on each of these smaller beach were closed, to my surprise. And then you go to the top, and this is the outstanding view, 360-degree view you would experience. Again, here I was the only person, and the whole place was as if exposed only to me. You can see the clouds going, and I had a sort of very calmer experience here. Everything was going so slow. Usually that does not happen with my life. Everything is very fast. So on this top of this peak, that is where you feel that your entire hard work from this circular 10 years trail gets paid off in a way. I really enjoyed this place. I stayed there for around an hour or so, just sat there, relaxed, talked to my family from there. Luckily there was a good network on top of the mountain peak. And then I came back, went to the Kowloon Island side, where then I visited K11 Museum, which is an outstanding mall with a lot of amazing. Day 4 of my Hong Kong trip starts at around 10ish. I woke up a little late than usual. This whole day was dedicated to strolling to Mongkok first, which is the very famous for ladies market, where you can find n number of shopping items, a lot of souvenirs, a lot of shopping place, excellent shopping place, small shops but a lot of variety. And people, I would recommend that if you have a bigger family, it's better to come visit Hong Kong yearly and do all your trendy shopping from here. The rates were also very okay. It was not too steep, and you get a different culture when you explore any city, whether you do it through two-wheeler, whether you are doing it through boat, or whether you are doing it through walk or probably taxi. All gives you a different perspective of the layout and the people and the culture. I went to Mongkok ladies market at around 11 o'clock, but at that point vendors were just putting up their stores or their desk or their place, little shops. And what I've observed is you get a lot of rip-off brands here. Instead of Reebok, it would be Reebok. Instead of Nike, it would be Nike, and things like those. So there are genuine items which also I found from brands, but usually most of them were rip-off. but this female or girls or ladies in your family would definitely love this place. They can do hide themselves here for hours shopping, and this was a very unique experience. And I think because the market was closed, I went to a coffee store nearby, sat there for an hour, had a wonderful coffee. And I've seen a lot of Pacific coffee shops, more in Hong Kong than anywhere else. Same with Teslas. I've seen a lot of Tesla. So the thing which we just saw was a Mongkok MTR railway station, and I think this is at 12:30ish, where all vendors were there and people have just started coming. So I would recommend this place to go. For sure, you can buy out a lot of nice shopping items or souvenirs for your friends and family back home. After this, I went to Hong Kong Museum of Art, which is an outstanding experience, and this was a unique display where you can wish a stranger his birthday. So there were 365 lockers, small lockers, and there you can put any random day you can pick and put up a card. I definitely saw mine also, and this was a small world panorama in the same museum. If you come with your kids, they would give you a peaceful time here. If with supervision they can play around. And this was also a kind of 3D virtual experience where you were given a tablet and you can explore more right on the spot. And another was the collection of how to gift, and this was also a very unique place where you could go back in time and see how people were selling or gifting each other. This was another very nice part about it. And famous Hong Kong boat going through, I just wanted to capture it. Here is day 5th of my Hong Kong trip, where I've explored couple of museums as well as I went to the Causeway Bay. And because it was Golden Week, there was a firework instead of symphony of lights. So these two museums, the Hong Kong Museum of History and Hong Kong Science Museum, are very next to each other, as you can see. As soon as you get inside Hong Kong Museum of History, it was a fabulous experience for me to know different dynasties of China, ancient China. There was a movie which was shown, which was around couple of minutes long, and it displayed different dynasties, how Qi dynasty was able to unite China. And to be honest, after this Hong Kong trip, I am so curious to know about Chinese history thanks to this museum. It depicted entire family line. It showed different kind of utensils utilized or used by these dynasties. There was a specific section on kanji, what kind of different way people were creating historical monuments, and those were very amazing. After that, as you saw, the history museum, adjacent to it is a science museum, where kids were going bonkers in this museum. This particular exhibit was very famous for kids. The ball was going from different mechanism from start to end. There was a galaxy section, and if I were a kid at that age, I would have really enjoyed it. But there were a lot of cool stuff, scientific stuff which children could explore. There was how volcano would come, or how earthquakes are done, how tsunami comes. So those were very amazing way to teach children. And this, I think, you could spend at least couple of hours if you want to do all the rides. There were different segments which were done where you can go inside a pod to experience how earthquake would feel, or how different environment or vacuum would feel. After that, I went outside and then started walking towards Causeway Bay. So this from Central Pier, you can probably walk 3 to 4 kilometers. It's very pleasant area, and this particular segment is very famous near Central Pier. People were just relaxing, dancing, and this is where you will see this AIA circle, the wheel observatory deck, which is very famous. It rotates and you can see entire skyline of Hong Kong. In the evening time, this looks very amazing, just before the night sets in. where you can see both the darkness picking up and the days going down. Another beautiful thing which I have observed for Hong Kong was street art, which was very fantastic. Very independent artists have drew so many wonderful paintings all across city. You don't get that vibe, similar vibes in bigger cities usually. So it is meticulously clean, immaculately clean, and then on top of that you see artwork. So after that I started walking towards Causeway Bay. This is kind of you get an amazing shopping experience. World's most famous brands had their outlet there, and besides that you get very dynamic vibes there, just like you get it in Manhattan or very famous shopping areas. So while you go towards Causeway Bay, there is this Victoria Park. I felt this was overrated. People were talking a lot about Victoria Park, but I didn't find it that attractive. But it's okay to visit because it gives a lot of oxygen. Seemingly it's very green. So this is where you get all these vibes. Different brands had their stores. An amazing shopping experience. If you love shopping, this is your place. And you will see a lot of ding dongs. Those are specific very old trams which run in this area. So I think I would highly recommend to take a ride. Then I started coming back. I sat here on the other side of the, as in this is the Hong Kong central side, where I stayed on the Victoria Harbour again, and then I just relaxed here. At least I think I slept here for an hour, and because there was a Golden weekend, instead of symphony of lights, there were fireworks. But to be honest, the fireworks which I have experienced in Tokyo, this was not that. Day 6 of my Hong Kong trip was mostly indoor. I preferred staying at my room rather than going much out because I'd already explored. In this segment, I would like to talk about few unique things about in Hong Kong. One was these railing and the concrete slabs underneath, which was very supportive, as in lot of thousands of people, hundreds of people at least would sit each night on it, and some people would take hold of this railings on the other side, as well as they will sit on the other side. So full resting position, you can sit and enjoy the view of Victoria Harbour. I've seen these on the both side, on the Kowloon as well as Hong Kong central side. Other things is unique about Octopus Card is that was very difficult for me to see the balance. Maybe I didn't had an app to check. Another thing was these ding dongs were very unique way to go travel, and those were also very cheap. Another interesting thing which I observed were these lot of women, especially maids. They are maids of different countries like Philippines, Thailand, and Indonesia. They are the domestic help, foreign worker, which were on weekends. I'd seen tons of them on bridges, footbridges, playing, enjoying their time in their time off, and singing, eating, sharing food, even dancing. So that was pretty unique. I've never seen that anywhere else. That they were everywhere. Probably in parks I've seen on the bridges. Another beautiful part about being in Hong Kong in the evening near Victoria Harbour is this symphony of light. Almost every evening at my stay at Hong Kong, I've been fortunate enough to witness this, and it's pretty soothing experience always. On cloudy days, of course, you can't see the lights, but the vibes itself are so wonderful. Maybe because I stayed there for a week, I was not getting fed up. At some point, locals probably would not even care to see, because they've seen thousands of times, or at least hundreds of times. All in all, I would highly encourage you to visit Hong Kong. The season I visited was very pleasant, last week of April. Then 7th day I came back to Tokyo. Hope you enjoyed this trip. Folks, as always, do subscribe to our channel, share, post, like, comment on our videos. See you later.